Today we're covering installation of a loaded strut assembly. We're going to install these Duralast loaded strut assemblies inside this 2006 Honda Element. They'll give us a faster install and better ride control. Now you can do this job at home with hand tools. These are the tools you'll need for the job. If you don't have a torque wrench, don't worry. You can borrow it from AutoZone for free with the Lug Nuts To program. You'll also need a good hydraulic jack, some jack stands, and wheel chocks. Make sure the car is in park with the parking brake on before starting. At the wheel, loosen the lug nuts and raise the car with a hydraulic jack. Set the car on a jack stand. Be sure to use secure jack points. Remove the lug nuts and the wheel. Remove the cotter pin from the tie rod end. Using a 19mm, remove the tie rod end nut and knock on the strut arm to separate the tie rod end. Remove the 12mm bolt holding the brake hose. Remove the lower strut bolt and nut using a 19mm and 22mm on each side. Knock the bolts through and remove the strut from the knuckle assembly. Use a 14mm deep socket to remove the 3 strut mount nuts, and then you can remove the strut assembly. Install the new assembly and install the top 3 strut mount nuts and tighten. Install the knuckle into the lower strut mount and install 2 bolts and nuts and tighten. Install the brake hose. Install the tie rod end and tighten. Then install the cotter pin. Install the wheel. Then torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. Repeat this on the other side and you're ready to move to the rear. For the rear, raise the car and remove the wheel following the same safety procedures as the front. Loosen the lower strut bolt using a 17mm. Use a 17mm on each side to remove the upper control arm bolt from the knuckle. Inside the vehicle, raise the seat and remove the strut mount cover using a screwdriver. This will expose the top of the strut. Now you can remove the 2 strut mount nuts using a 14mm deep socket. Remove the bottom strut mount bolt that was loosened earlier, and then you can remove the strut assembly. Install the new strut assembly. Install the lower strut mount bolt and tighten. Use a jack to raise the lower control arm to install the upper control arm bolt and nuts and tighten these, then remove the jack. Tighten the upper strut nuts and install the interior cover. Install the wheel, repeat on the other side, and you're done. We recommend going on a test drive, getting in alignment, and enjoying your new suspension.